Aloha and Happy New Year. So, I wanted to do an update because I haven't done one in several months, but I have been doing quite a bit of work. So, here is drone footage of the house in Kona. Um, so, this is footage from today. I just wanted to give an update. I have been getting more mulch, as much mulch really as I can. I've brought in no soil into the yard. So, really, this has just been an exercise in adding as much organic matter as possible onto really fill dirt and fill rock. So it's had mixed results. I think in reality, I've brought in quite a bit of um, non like invasive insects. We do have a beetle problem. You can see on all these palms that there are some beetle issues. That's really been the only downside so far in this planting process. But really on this side, what I'm showing right here is a wall of really a berm of really thick compost. So now this is sort of just a tour of the yard. There are several hedges going on. There are quite a few tea or cordyline plants. I've shown some videos on how I made these cuttings, but they're all doing really, really well. The real concern, it's not even a concern, I guess, just the challenge has been the palm trees. So these palms, you can see they've just gotten really eaten alive. And this is what Japanese beetle damage looks like. So I have covered them. I've been covering them with diatomaceous earth, and that's definitely helping. The plants, all in all, are still pretty healthy, really good root structure, and there's very few plants that are affected by this. So for the most part, everything else is looking solid. So this is the front hedge next to the driveway. It's a mix of cordyline, ixora, and palm, and then really there's going to be a recurring theme through the yard. It's going to be a lot of ginger. So this is Costus woodsonii, I think, or French kiss. So these plants are doing really well. There's a little bit of sunburn damage, but really good results here. Tons of vegetative growth, and they've been flowering like crazy. And then what I've been doing through all of the hedges is making sure that in between a lot of the ginger and a lot of the ornamentals, I'm putting in edibles. So that's kale, which I've been pulling quite a bit of leaves off of so far. There's another ginger, and then there's tomatoes kind of sprinkled throughout. So this is a yellow pear tomato, which is producing about a cup of fruit every single day. And this is only one plant, and there's a handful of those. But I just come out every day at this point and pull. This was planted directly in mulch, and the only thing that I've done to fertilize is use a little bit of organic fertilizer, to organic tomato fertilizer a few times. Other than that, no real enrichment there. This is a hedge of a small, very small growing ficus, and then along the way another tomato. This is cherry tomato. Ton of growth, as you can see. There's just cluster after cluster after cluster on this. So those are starting to produce heavily. This is an eggplant, Black Beauty. There's a few of these, and very shortly there's going to be quite a bit of hardy production. These are pretty small at this point, but we're about to get crazy. So this is along the front hedge. There's a mix between some palm trees and gardenias, and then the front hedge facing the street here. This is all hibiscus, and the hibiscus are all doing really well. My orchid collection is orchid and other ornamental potted stuff is all on the patio right now. I'm going to do a separate video or separate videos on the orchid collection. That's a beast in and of themselves. Along the front here, there's a hedge of This is lemongrass, and then the stone pathway project, which will be long and ongoing. Got it going in several different directions, but got the frames out to do some more. There's a raised bed here with some kale and then a couple of other things. This I'm excited about. It's three little coffee plants right next to the porch. And then these are potted plants. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with these at this point. But again, along this hedge, there is a mix between ginger and some other. These are philodendron. We just passed a second ago, kind of the potted palm area. I'm not going to put a lot of those in the ground. Here are more tea plants. This is around the backside of the house. Quite a few tea cuttings that I put in that are really going to start to explode. There's a lot of new growth coming on these bad boys. And then more ginger. There's a lot of different ginger varieties. Along the backside here's mix between hibiscus seedlings and then quite a few edibles. So this is tomatillo. Already harvested quite a bit of these, but at this point they're being ravaged by something. I'm guessing a caterpillar of some sort. But then all along the side here are other edibles. This is Swiss chard. Tons and tons of growth, just beautiful, beautiful, delicious leaves coming off of this. Every weekend, every Sunday, I've been coming out and just harvesting a big bushel of these, and so easy to grow. There's nothing has been done. This was planted in straight green mulch, no fertilizer, no amendments to the soil, just planted straight into the mulch. So pretty impressive. I don't think all mulch is going to do this. I think this mulch was a little bit more broken down than green. If it's pure green, I'm guessing it won't be quite as lush as these have been. But along this back edge, all of the hibiscus seedlings that I did in a previous video are all along here. So that's one Sunday's worth of that Swiss chard. But this is a mix between those hibiscus, which are all doing pretty well, and then some kale, and then these are another variety of tomatoes. These are not cherry tomatoes. These are a larger size tomato, which are getting nice, and soon I should have a bountiful harvest. These are some costus. I'm drawing a blank on what those are. Lavender, a couple lavender plants in the ground, and then a mix along this walkway of tea plants and a lot of ginger. There's quite a few ginger. So this is basically where the yard is right now. Been a fun project, a lot of work, and hopefully I'll have more videos. I do have a lot of content to do, a lot of showing a lot of the little mini projects that have been going on through this. But a lot of plants in the ground, a lot of work in it so far, but it's been quite a bit of fun. All the potted fruit stuff, these aren't necessarily going in the ground. These are more just a fun thing to do.